Great Britain, home to the House of Rolls-Royce, and London, the world's greatest city. And this is London's Mayfair, the epicentre of global luxury and fashion, where we're about to witness an historic moment. Hello and welcome to this very special occasion. I'm Katie Derham and this is Torsten Müller-Udbush, who is the Chief Executive of Rolls-Royce Motor Cars, and we're on our way to Bonhams, where we're going to unveil the new Phantom, the car of choice for the world's most powerful, influential and glamorous people for more than 100 years.
We are about to witness what I would call the global debut of the world's most celebrated luxury item, our magnificent new Phantom in its 8th generation. Of a car that has been the choice of presidents, monarchs, industry titans, stars of stage and also screen for nearly 100 years now, and it will be a rare and historic moment tonight.
And why have you chosen Bonhams and why London?
Rolls-Royce is a quintessentially British luxury brand, and all our cars are manufactured here in the UK. And Mayfair is the heart of the luxury goods world. And no street is more synonymous with luxury than Bond Street, I think. And Bonhams has a reputation for selling some of the world's finest luxury items. Vintage wines, classic furniture, fine automobiles, and of course, Rolls-Royce's own work of art to the world here tonight.
And that is, of course, going to be the main event, but it's not the only thing that's happening tonight.
That's right. I'm also opening tonight the Great 8 Phantoms exhibition, how we call it. To celebrate the arrival of the new Phantom, we have gathered 7 of the most significant Phantoms in history from all over the world. And this will be the first and only time such an extraordinary collection has come together. And the exhibition will open to the public on Saturday, 29th of July. It can only last 5 days, so hurry up to Bonhams if you can, and I bet you won't be disappointed.
Oh, it sounds fantastic. Well, now you know where we're going and why we're going there. Let us go and see some history unfold. Well, here we are on the red carpet at Bonhams. Before we get into the exhibition, do you want to introduce us to the 2 pioneering founding fathers of Rolls-Royce?
Yeah, of course, with great pleasure. These are the gentlemen who basically founded Rolls-Royce. I would even call it they are the DNA of Rolls-Royce. It's on the left side the Honourable Charles Rolls, and on the right side Sir Henry Royce.
And it was the foresight of Charles Rolls combined with the engineering excellence, if you like, of Sir Henry Royce that combined.
Right, geniuses in mind, I would even say.
Yeah, absolute brilliance on both parts, and that it created this brand that earned the reputation, the best car in the world. And everything we see tonight is going to be testament to that, isn't it? It's this
absolutely
enduring brilliance that's turned a great British brand into really a leading world luxury house, I guess.
Right, a brand far beyond 100 years now, and with long-lasting legacy in that house of luxury approach.
Well, Torsten, I can't wait to see. Thank you so much. Before all the guests arrive, let me take you in and give you a sneak peek of this great 8th Phantom exhibition. And in here, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Great 8 Phantoms exhibition. On display here are 7 of the most famous Phantoms in the world, each one representing its generation and each one owned by a very special person. And this magnificent Rolls-Royce has to be the jewel in the crown. Her Majesty the Queen has graciously consented to allow this magnificent Phantom 6 to be part of the exhibition. Her Majesty was presented with this vehicle by the British motor industry to mark her Silver Jubilee in 1977. And it has been in almost daily use since then, perhaps most famously to transport the Duchess of Cambridge to Westminster Abbey for her wedding to Prince William. Another royal Phantom is this beautiful Phantom 4, which was once the 3rd archon, society for all of them for royalty or heads of state. And interestingly, she personalised this Phantom with a very early version of a personal dictaphone. But let's go back to the earliest Phantom, the Phantom 1. We have a hat, we have a cane. It could only belong to Fred Astaire. And I'm joined by Liz Ferrin from the Peterson Automotive Museum in Los Angeles, which now owns this Phantom 1. So tell me, how did Fred Astaire come by this beautiful car?
So after a very successful career on Broadway, Fred made his way to London for the opening of Funny Face on the West End. And after it was decided that that would be renewed into the following summer, he placed an order for a Rolls-Royce Phantom 1. This car is actually a Sedanka de Ville, so it's a single cabriolet, which means that the front portion of the car, the upholstery is a hardtack leather, and the interior car, which is much more opulent and where the passengers would sit, is a beautiful silk brocade.
And it's just the most wonderful and sort of evocative vehicle, isn't it? It just says Fred Astaire all over.
It certainly does.
Well, Liz, thank you so much for telling us about it.
You're very welcome.
Now, just over here, and in keeping with the entertainment theme, is probably the most recognisable Phantom in the world, John Lennon's Phantom 5. Now, this incredible car was regularly seen driving around the streets of this very part of London, ferrying John Lennon and the Beatles to the nearby Apple Corps headquarters. Well, now it lives in the Royal British Columbia Museum in Canada, and curator Dr. Lorne Hammond has joined us here, flown over with the car for the exhibition, and my goodness, what stories you must be able to tell about it. But tell us first of all about this wonderful paint job, because it wasn't always like this, was it?
It was originally Valentine Black. It was ordered and delivered in the spring of 1965, and in the fall it took the Beatles to Buckingham Palace to receive their MBEs.
So when did he decide to create this amazing piece of art?
They were mixing down Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, and he commissioned Steve Weaver at J.P. Fallon to make the design, and it was approved, and he sat in the garage with cans of house paint and put the design on the vehicle, and it was delivered 9 days before the press conference for Sgt. Pepper's.
There's so much more I know you could tell us, but there's an awful lot more to see here at the exhibition, because of course the Phantom is not the preserve of heads of state and film stars and musical megastars. It's also been the mainstay of heroes and adventurers, seeing them through triumph and adversity. This beautiful, unusual Phantom 3 was owned by Field Marshal Bernard Montgomery, who was the commander-in-chief of all the ground forces at the D-Day landings in 1944. Now, it's known as the Butler Phantom, after Alan Samuel Butler, who was the chairman of de Havilland Aircraft Company, who installed the unusual forward-sloping windscreen, which was to make the car more aerodynamic. And also, although it has been painstakingly restored, you can still see a scorch mark on the dashboard from Winston Churchill's cigar. Another great British adventurer was Sir Malcolm Campbell, who broke 4 water speed and 9 land speed records in the 1920s and 30s. He was the first man to ever drive a car at more than 300 miles per hour. Well, this beautiful Phantom 2 was for everyday driving, I should make clear, but I'm delighted to tell us more about it and about his relationship with Rolls-Royce. This is Malcolm's grandson, Don Wales. Don, thank you so much. He really did love Rolls-Royce, didn't he?
He did. Grandfather was a big fan of Rolls-Royces. I mean, this is just one of many that he had. It's a lovely blue, shiny example of it. But not only that, I mean, he used the Rolls-Royce R-Type engine to power his 301 car that you just mentioned, but also his boat, Bluebird K3. So it's the only engine to have held the water speed, the land speed, and the air speed record at the same time.
Well, Don, it's wonderful to talk to you and to find out a bit more about the Campbell Rolls-Royce connection. Thank you.
My pleasure, thank you.
It's almost time for Torsten to reveal the new Rolls-Royce Phantom, but before then, I have one more great Phantom to show you. At 1 minute past midnight on the 1st of January 2003 at Rolls-Royce's brand new headquarters in Goodwood in West Sussex, this Phantom 7 was launched and marked the renaissance of Rolls-Royce in the 21st century. And since then, for the last 14 years, Phantom 7s have been flying the flag for Rolls-Royce, and they have become the most popular and successful Phantoms ever. Truly beautiful, highly bespoke Phantom 7s have been commissioned by customers all over the world using precious gemstones and painted silk and exquisite marquetry. Genuinely, they have been works of art. Well, time is now ticking down. But we're going to hear from the chairman of Rolls-Royce Motor Cars, Peter Schwarzenbauer, first.
Thank you so much, Katie. I'm truly proud to be here today to share in this historic moment. Rolls-Royce is a very significant part of the BMW Group's collection of highly emotional brands. And we are deeply committed to the future of this wonderful marque. A new Phantom, which we are going to be showing to the world in just a few moments, is a very significant landmark for us and for the luxury sector as a whole.
Now, before he leads you into this new chapter in Rolls-Royce's history, let me hand you over to Torsten to say a few words.
Thank you, Katie, and also thank you, Peter, for your kind words. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here at Bonhams in London on this truly momentous occasion. As I look out at this incredible collection of beautiful and famous Rolls-Royce Phantoms, it makes me very proud to be the chief executive of this great British brand, the most celebrated luxury house in the world. Each one of these Phantoms represents the very best of what man was capable of making during each of these successive eras. The best of ingenuity, luxury, beauty, and perfection. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we will raise the bar of luxury higher still. In a few moments, you will witness the beginning of a new era of great Phantoms, the 8th generation of this great nameplate, and the future of the iconic Rolls-Royce brand. It's time to leave the past behind us now and to look to the future. And it's time to introduce you to the new Rolls-Royce Phantom.
So the big moment is almost here. We've been told that the new Phantom is a completely new contemporary reinterpretation of the Phantom DNA, and it's going to deliver a whole world of increased presence and new elegance. So, let's see.
Ladies and gentlemen, you who are viewing this around the world are about to become amongst the first to see our new Rolls-Royce Phantom. It is a creation of great beauty and great power, a dominant symbol of wealth and human achievement. Prepare yourselves. The world is about to stand still. It is my distinct pleasure and honor to present to you the ultimate luxury product in the world, the 8th generation of Rolls-Royce Phantom.
Unmatched, unrivaled, one of one.
Well, that was all extremely impressive. Torsten, let's get your initial reaction. How excited are you feeling?
Highly excited. I would lie if I would not be excited. I mean, it took us years to bring Phantom into the world, and today is that moment, a seminal moment for Rolls-Royce Motor Cars in history of the brand as well. It's only the 8th generation of Phantom, and it doesn't happen very often that you launch a Phantom. For that reason, I'm excited, the whole company is highly excited, and couldn't be better.
Congratulations, and Peter, a final word from you.
I can't agree more. Rolls-Royce is on a roll and Phantom is in the lead. My thanks and congratulations to everyone here and in the greater Rolls-Royce factory at the home of Rolls-Royce at Goodwood and around the world. We should all be very proud of this moment.
Earlier we caught up with the designer of the new Phantom, Giles Taylor, Rolls-Royce's design director, and asked him about the design inspiration behind this beautiful new car.
I believe of all cars and of all Rolls-Royces, Phantom is about travelling in quintessential style. Phantom, in my view, should possess a contemporary yet timeless style. Our design vision was to bring Phantom to life with a heightened sense of elegance in its line and a perceivable swiftness of foot. Starting at the front, the grille is taller and larger, but in some ways less stiff, more laid back, and fully integrated into the bodywork for the first time in the history of Phantom. From here, the body of Phantom develops, and one immediately perceives the elegant bright trim that envelopes the bonnet and front screen into a single graphic entity. The eye is carried gracefully up and over the cabin. Look at the power of the front bonnet silhouette. It's nearly horizontal because the grille is taller. The front wing gently rises to present this power. It peaks just over the front axle, bringing the car nicely up onto its front wheels. Phantom sits gracefully onto its rear wheels with a faster rate rear screen and a flowing rear face treatment that pushes the car forwards. The waft line sweeps the eye underneath the car, providing the visual sense of air, or magic carpet as we like to say, upon which all Rolls-Royce passengers travel. The interior of Phantom further heightens a unique sense of calm luxury and special occasion. I am absolutely delighted to have brought our design vision of the gallery to life. New Phantom offers the owner his or her chance to artistically set their own precious art pieces behind glass on the fascia. In developing this feature, we celebrate the home of Rolls-Royce's arts and crafts skills. We are defining bespoke at a new industry-leading level. Tonight, our Phantom steps onto the world stage. I hope and believe that the style and presence that you see for the first time will magnetize those around it for many years to come.
Thank you for joining us on this momentous occasion, a new chapter in a remarkable story.
And thank you, Katie, and of course also thank you for following us here all over the world.
Goodwood, England, the home of Rolls-Royce motor cars. For 114 years, Rolls-Royce has been the byword for luxury that attracted the visionaries, explorers, adventurers, and victors such as Lawrence of Arabia, who said that a rose in the desert is above rubies. The Russian steppes, the Indian Ghats, the Alpine passes, and the sands of the Sinai, all conquered by Rolls-Royces over a century ago, driven by those who dared.
History set our precedent, and today Rolls-Royce answers its call to action. For today's visionaries, adventurers, and explorers, for those who believe in the supremacy of liberty, we have written another chapter in the extraordinary story of our mark. Our answer to the call of history is the Rolls-Royce Cullinan.
To the designers, engineers and craftspeople at the home of Rolls-Royce, Cullinan is a completely different animal, a wholly new challenge.
A Rolls-Royce that recalibrates the scale and possibility of true luxury.
A pinnacle SUV in the total automotive industry.
And so, I send it out into the world, hidden in plain view, to undertake its final challenge in the public eye. To prove itself worthy of the name Rolls-Royce in the face of the greatest challenges, the toughest of environments. Only when it has done so can it return, confident in the knowledge that it has proven itself the Rolls-Royce of SUVs. And so it begins.
It begins in Britain, travelling from the home of Rolls-Royce through London and on to Scotland, the first part of the final challenge.
Cullinan is a major departure from the norm for Rolls-Royce, but it is a departure that our customers welcomed. They wanted more, but it was simply not there until now. My briefing to our designers and engineers had been, it needs to be the Rolls-Royce of SUVs. And for that reason, you need to be authentic in every little thing. Authenticity when it comes to luxury, that's given because we are Rolls-Royce. Authenticity when it comes to magic carpet ride, of course, because we are Rolls-Royce. Authenticity when it comes to presence. This car carries presence, it's a Rolls-Royce. But on top of that, very important for the segment we are now in is authenticity when it comes to 4x4 capabilities. And Cullinan really brings you effortless everywhere. I think that Rolls-Royce has a very well-founded pedigree when it comes to off-road capabilities. And now we've designed Cullinan to do specifically that. Take it off-road.
The Highlands of Scotland offer the harshest terrain anywhere in the UK. Trapped between the wild North Sea and the howling Atlantic, this is landscape formed by millennia, shaped by the forces of nature. It's no wonder Cullinan felt so at home.
It was important at the beginning of the design project that we really understood what Cullinan could be in terms of the way that it would be used. There was something very unique we felt with Cullinan right at the beginning, where our challenge, our chance if you like, was to match this absolutely luxurious world. Perfect craftsmanship, absolute comfort and well-being on the interior with this more hostile world, challenging environment, putting this little luxury capsule into that space.
Tackling this rugged landscape gave us our first understanding of what Cullinan was really capable of, and the role the architecture of luxury plays in making it so capable. The architecture of luxury is Rolls-Royce's proprietary all-aluminium space frame architecture, designed by Rolls-Royce engineers that will underpin every future Rolls-Royce.
This car is luxury in its purest form, Rolls-Royce luxury, blended with perfect practicality and off-road capability.
Minus 15 on a good day. Visibility 0 on a bad day. The Uchtal Glacier Road takes us to the Rettenbach and Tiefenbach glaciers. The snow is over 6 feet high in places, but it's perfect powder for skiing. The new drivetrain system engineered by Rolls-Royce for Cullinan had one key job to do.
We began with a simple principle, to bring the famed Rolls-Royce magic carpet ride to all other terrains possible. Our challenge was to combine the maximum luxury comfort for the on-road together with the off-road capability like we have today.
A completely new front and rear axle deliver astounding levels of control over lateral roll and shear forces, and deliver high degrees of agility and stability. This, together with the latest generation of self-leveling air suspension and four-wheel steering, contributes to incredible drivability and comfort for passengers, whatever the driving conditions.
Well, in Cullinan we implemented the first time an all-wheel drive. You really can feel, hey, come on, that's completely a new Rolls-Royce. This is really an all-wheel drive behavior, which is completely unique in the Rolls-Royce history.
In addition, the flag-bearer stereo camera system integrated in the windscreen sees the road or terrain ahead, adjusting the Cullinan suspension proactively. When driving off-road, the electronically controlled air suspension uses an air compression system to actively push down any wheel it detects losing traction to ensure every wheel is in contact with the ground. The final piece of the puzzle, which ensures that the Rolls-Royce Cullinan is effortless everywhere,
It is a limousine positioned higher on the road. You have your command sense of driving experience. You have your luxury that you would associate to this beautifully crafted cabin space. Cullinan, like every Rolls-Royce that leaves the Goodwood plant, is ultimately bespokeable. The cabin, for the first time in the SUV market space, we actually have a cabin that's hermetically sealed, acoustically sealed from the utility space, the boot. That's very important for us, that space is the magic carpet sanctuary space. That's the first time in the industry that anybody's ever done that. And in terms of practicality, beyond the champagne cooler for the individual seats, we have the folding bench option as well, which means that those seats will fold to achieve a very practical flat load floor. If you're in London as an antiques dealer, maybe sliding your Rembrandt in or your latest Banksy, or if you're coming back from an overseas adventure and bringing something with you, we know that our luxury patrons will want to use that space. We have the lift gate and the tailgate, and in that area we have the viewing suite, the effortless deployment of seats that allow you to maybe take in that moment in front of you, whether it's a savannah stretching out in front of you, or maybe something as simple as your child's sports day. The recreation module can be tailored for that luxury lifestyle moment. We have maybe the challenge of the big red dunes in Dubai, but on the other hand, whether it's the opera or the red carpet premiere, Cullinan has to balance those two concepts beautifully. And I think, yes, we've managed to balance it. We've managed to achieve that uniqueness. Nobody else can do that, but Rolls-Royce can.
Cullinan is an authentic Rolls-Royce. We have taken the car now for months all over the world, into all kind of conditions, on all roads. Be it normal roads, gravel roads, be it deserts, be it snow, be it mud. So the car has seen everything, and it is a truly authentic Rolls-Royce. So it's time for the cars to come home, and it's time for them to shed their camouflage. And it's time for you to see the Rolls-Royce Cullinan. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm incredibly proud to present to you and to the world our magnificent new Rolls-Royce Cullinan, the Rolls-Royce of SUVs. Thank you for joining us, and goodbye from the home of Rolls-Royce here in Goodwood.